I'm super excited about our conversation today.
Me too.
I can see there's a book here. I know. Luyando. Tell us about the book, Luyando.
This is my best work yet.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's a story of resilience. A story of rising from the ashes.
Yeah.
A girl who was sexually abused. Abused left, right, and center, but she chose to rise above it.
Why was this important for you to write?
Because I'd been through it myself. And I knew that rising above that is not the easiest thing. It's not the walk in, a park. It takes a lot of work. So I needed to write about it to show other people that actually it's possible that even this, if you were sexually abused, if you've been if you've been abused in any manner, you can rise above it, you can heal, and you can be a tool for positive change in your community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What was the response when the book was first released?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's easy when you're just writing because you are behind the scenes. So
Right.
you're like, though not very easy for this book, but relatively easy because you're alone.
Yeah.
And then now when you put the piece of work out there and people are like, again, you're talking about sexual abuse? Now Luyando has gone like, it's a bigger way of your advocacy against sexual abuse. Now tell us, are you okay? Are you not a victim of sexual abuse yourself?
Those are some of the responses that you got from people?
Exactly. So the response was overwhelming, and also it came with a lot of questions because now people were just wondering, it's too much of you advocating against this thing. Tell us the truth. And
What
I knew
exactly is in the book? Like, what is the story about?
the story is about a young girl who was sexually abused by her father.
Yeah.
And how she kept a secret to herself for so many years. And oh my god.
It's okay.
You think it becomes easier, but no, it doesn't.
It doesn't?
No. So it documents a journey of a victim of sexual abuse and how she had to earn justice for herself.
Yeah.
And apart from justice, also getting her healing
Through the journey.
Yeah.
Drum roll.
What I'm trying to say is it wasn't easy, but I finally opened up to a friend one day because again, I was trying to take my life because I used to feel so worthless. I thought I was damaged goods. That's how I used to feel. So many times I felt the best would be to not be here. Yeah, but after I spoke to someone, that was the beginning of my healing journey.
It is an immense pleasure that I stand before you today at this official launch of the book, Luyando. I am proud to mention that the author of this book is a vibrant young Zambian and passionate advocate of gender equality and girls empowerment. This launch reassures us that the collaboration with the young people who are using their voices to stop GBV and sexual abuse in Zambia, they are also using their talents and platforms to confront social challenges which will drive transformative change in our society. Today, we gather to mark a significant milestone in our collective journey to end gender-based violence and sexual abuse in Zambia. The launch of this powerful book is a testament to the resilience and courage of survivors. I'm delighted to announce that the powerful book that sheds more light on the harsh realities of gender-based violence and sexual abuse, sparking crucial conversations, inform policy decisions, and inspire collective action to create change. It's serves as a call to action, urging us to work together towards the Zambia where every individual can live without fear and without gender-based violence. The majority of GBV survivors are children residing in rural areas, pupils and university students who are silently battling with challenges that affect their mental health, academic potential, personal growth, and future contributions to our society. I'm glad to mention that this book serves as a call to action, urging us to strengthen laws and policies to protect survivors and hold perpetrators accountable.
I think it's important, speaking from a psychological point of view, to rebuild the confidence levels of the person, to rebuild their sense of self-worth and value, because often anybody who has gone through a situation of being victimized can actually become a great ambassador of an advocate for many others that have gone through those situations, to be able to speak for others as well. And so we can be able to help those individuals in those situations to begin to speak out and to begin to actually put up a front against any form of violence.
I chose not to use the scissors. I chose to just untie gently. This is how a woman should be treated.
Wow.
Everybody seems to be looking for love. I was once looking for somebody to love me. Glad I found love with somebody who loves me. Somebody who loves me. Somebody who loves me.
Happy birthday to you, my friend. You are such a beautiful soul, inside and out. I am so grateful to actually have you in my life. May your heart always be full, and may Elroy's hand always rest on everything that concerns your life. I love you, my dear friend, and enjoy your day. Mwah.
What did I do? Deserve this kind of love. Deserve this kind of love. Deserve this kind of love.
Hey, so the universe decided to connive such that in Zambia's most important month, which is Zambia's Independence Month, October, a young, very inspirational lady should be birthed by the name of Memory. Memory, just to say, first of all, humble to be your friend, but also that you will inspire a lot of young people out there, a lot of people in general, because of who you are and what you become. So on this year, your day, I'm one of those very pleased to say happy birthday to you and many more happy birthday.
What did you do?
Hey girly, how are you? This video is to wish you a very happy birthday, to tell you I love you. You mean the world, of course. I wish you the very best. You are a blessing to me. You are a blessing to many other people, and I wish you to continue growing, glowing, winning, thriving. Do you do what you do best, and may God continue to bless you. Keep doing it, and doing it all over again. May God continue to do what He does for you, even bigger, even better. I love you, and all the best.
Now, apart from just writing the book, we are producing a documentary.
Yeah,
Oh, girl.
I know.
The documentary titled Luyando.
Yes.
Love. I absolutely love the title of it.
Yeah.
How does this make you feel? Moving from just writing to actually putting this into a story that can be documented. Why was this project necessary for you?
It was very necessary. If you remember, I talked about how people were now wondering, why do you talk about sexual abuse? Why are you an activist? And I realized I had to tell my story. So I remember when we were planning the launch of the book, Luyando, I had to call my producer and we had a conversation. He's been a part of my healing, and he kept asking me, are you ever gonna come forward and speak? And I would say to him, no way. I will do my advocacy background and never tell my story really. And then I called him this one day. I said, you know what? Let's do this.
Yeah.
It's high time, because I realized at this point I can't hide it anymore.
Yeah.
And that me keeping silent was holding me back. Was
Right.
holding my work of advocacy behind. It was not helping me or the people that I actually intend to help in our society. So there just comes a point when you must speak.
You know, there's the part of the writing and the documentary.
Yeah.
Of course, there are expectations that people have. What are some of the expectations that will be met that go beyond the written words of the pages? How is this documentary different from the book?
So the book is fictitious. I tell the story. I advocate through a fictitious story. But now the documentary,
Tell me about it.
girl, that's my story. That's the raw life of Memory Edge Chanda. People will get to see what inspires what I do, what really happened to me, when was I sexually abused, who did it, how did it take place, where, and how did my healing journey begin. People will get to see when I tried to commit suicide. People will try to see in the life of somebody who has seemingly been strong, ambitious, and bold, and see the brokenness that was actually behind her, and now how she has risen to heal. I want people to see the real thing.
Putting it in the visuals
Yes,
will probably be one of the most interesting things
exactly.
to see.
Yeah.
I know there's going to be different people in society who are going to watch this, and I love that you took the cinematic approach to this documentary. Why do you think the visual storytelling is important for this particular cause?
It places an exclamation mark. So the written word is good.
Yeah.
Sometimes people can't help it but think it's a story. When they close the book, they feel, now let's get back to society, the reality. So now I am putting my life in a cinematic way, advocating against sexual abuse and GBV in a cinematic way, so that the picture sticks closer to their minds, and so that even those that can't read, they're going to watch it, they're going to see it.
Right.
I've heard people who say, oh, I can't read this, but they would love to watch it anyway. So I want to cater to that audience as well.
Absolutely.
And
I know this will be very triggering for people who have had the same experience, and that is survivors, different people in society.
yeah.
What exactly do you want this story to impart in their lives? The survivors, people in the community, and everyone else, and especially for our future generation. What type of impact do you want to create through the story?
I want to create hope and to share love. And I know that that doesn't sound like something that comes from my story, because usually we expect that the story ends badly. But through this documentary, I want to show people that it doesn't end badly.
Right.
The victims don't always have to die. The victims don't always have to commit suicide. They don't always have to be depressed, lonely, and unambitious. they can be happy. They can start living a new life, claim their lives. I want to help victims, especially, to see their fellow girl, their fellow woman. Because now, through this book, they'll be able to see the little me. They'll be able to see the older me. I want them to relate to all the phases of sexual abuse, the healing process too. To see somebody like them who is actually living a real life that is no longer in that past, but somebody who has created their own reality of happiness, joy, greatness, and creating positive impact in the world. And I want to see people around also get impacted in that this is not something that I can fight alone. This is not something that victims should go through alone. I want them to see that we need to hold hands. Yeah.
Do you think that your story caters for everyone who has had the experience? I know you're a woman, but do you think that when a young boy or a man who has had this experience will look at this documentary and feel there is hope?
Yeah, I actually think they'll feel that there is hope. Of course, trauma is experienced individually, and it can never be the same for two. But I want them, through my own trauma and healing, to sort of like pick up the pieces that relate and to see, because I think brokenness is brokenness, whether it comes in blue, green, yellow, or red.
How did you get the courage to step out and say, look, it doesn't matter what people think about me now, I have to tell my story? And this is particularly for your generation. Your children will one day come across this documentary and say, oh, that's our mama. How does that make you feel? Are there people who have held back to tell their story because they think they're protecting their children and they don't want their children to see this? And maybe for some, their children were birthed out of the experience.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh. Okay, just give me a minute.
It's okay. Would you like to hold my hand?
Please and thank you.
Why is this important? Why is this? Why do you continue to share this story in new ways? What keeps you inspired? What is that thing that drives you to continue to tell the story?
Because I'm done. I'm done seeing other people get broken. Ooh. I'm done. I'm done keeping silent, because I know that when I keep silent, another person keeps silent too, because that is the biggest lie that the enemy tells every victim of sexual abuse and GBV, is to keep quiet. He lies to us that if you keep quiet, then other people won't know and they won't judge you. But that is the greatest judgment, because then you are the person judging yourself before even other people judge you. So I had to break the silence. And I want other people to break their silence too. Silence kills. No, it's not that person that will kill you. He already did what he did. She already did what she did. But now the knife is in your hands, and you can either keep stabbing yourself using that very experience, or you can speak it and let go of that knife. Stop stabbing yourself every day. I want people to break the silence. And I know that my children someday will watch it. And I remember somebody telling me and asking me this question: are you sure this is the story you want to tell publicly? Are you sure this is the thing you want your children to come and see later on? They used my son to try to keep me silent. They said to me, looked me in the face, spoke through the phone, and said, are you sure you want your son to actually come and see this? As if it would be an embarrassment to him, as if I would be a disgrace to him. And I realized later on that was the enemy trying to really make me keep silent, because he knew as long as I kept silent, then he would have me through depression, low self-esteem, no confidence, and just all sorts of anxiety that comes with holding that secret inside of you and wondering what happens if one day it comes out. So I want my children to watch it, because when they do, they're gonna see their mama was not broken. I want Lupupa to see this. Then he will see that I was not broken. I healed. I was not silent. I spoke. And my speaking is a fight, a direct stab back at the enemy.
Right.
That is what I want. And I want the next generation to not be a generation of people that keep silent at the injustice that both they themselves feel or experience, or the injustice of another person. I want them to speak up, because that is how we build better communities.
I'm sure there's someone who's watching and thinking, but it's easier for me to handle society's discrimination staying silent. I have been okay staying silent. Speaking up sort of leaves you vulnerable. It sort of makes you feel like, oh my God, people can see through you. Why do you think it is better to speak up than to remain silent?
When you speak up, you reclaim your power. As long as you don't speak up, that person who hurt you still has the power over you. And society also will have the power over you. But when you speak up, you command what you want to have. There is a song.
What song is that?
There is a song by Bombi.
Yeah?
Silence.
Silence.
Silence. Therefore none is silence. When uja kawalala. Therefore none is silence. Speak what you want to see. Hey. Declare what you want to be. Osati. Silence. Therefore none is silence. So
at the end of the day, it's about the silence being kept.
Yeah, as long as you keep the silence, then he has you. As long as you speak out, he does not have you. Society does not have power over you. But when you keep quiet, society has power over you. The enemy has power over you. Your abuser has power over you. I will tell you something from experience. The moment I told the people around me, the moment I told the world, I no longer walk around thinking, does this person know? If they know, would they still love me?
Right.
Because I know you know. So what you choose to do with that information is really all up to you. But I am so in love with myself that I will love me whether you love me or not. I accept that this happened to me. The truth that I hold as my truth is that I healed from the brokenness. So if you want to look at me as somebody broken, I will let you. But I will not allow society to keep me bound in the shackles.
It's been a journey, I believe, right? And when someone comes across the documentary, they read the book, what is that one message you want them to walk away with? Just one.
Yeah. What if I can go to? I want everybody to know that they're not what happened to them. It doesn't define them.
They're not what happened to them. Your journey, the pain, the writing, the fuming. What does that journey look like from a perspective of healing?
Oh, chaotic.
Right?
I'll be honest. The wounds. It's like every time I wrote about the experience, as I was writing the story, Luyando, it was like, now I am back in that place being sexually abused. And this is me, a 27-year-old woman, now experiencing in real time what I experienced at 6. That is what the experience was like. And I had to cry, break down. Sometimes I'm like, I'm not writing this book anymore because it's really just opening up the wounds and everything. But I had to do it because of the greater good that I know it would do. And now we had to take it a step further. During the book launch, I openly told the story for the first time to my own audience. That too, oh my God. It was both so hard, nerve-wracking, but also so healing. So healing. I walked out of that book launch feeling, yeah, I'm enough.
The burden was lifted.
It's like I just left it right there at the stage. And when I walked down after speaking about it, I embraced who I really am.
And for someone who's thinking, but where do I even start from? What would you tell them?
Start with telling yourself. Because sometimes we feel like telling other people out there is like the biggest step, but telling yourself is the biggest step, because you've been trying to pretend it's not your truth for so long. So I want them to stand in the mirror and face it. Tell yourself, this happened to me. This happened to me. And then now move from this happened to me to this does not define me. This does not define me. And then move to I will not let this happen to another person. Because when we experience the healing, we must help other people to also experience it.
I'm so proud of you. You're so courageous. Come here.
Oh, girl, thank you.
You're so courageous.
Thank you.
Thank you for telling your story.
And thank you for being that friend who actually listened.